If you've tried to add subtitles to any kind of sequence in Premiere Pro before, you'll know just how clunky that part of the Essential Graphics tool was. That's now been pulled out into its own separate section under the text section. And in this video, I'm going to show you just how good it is. So here's a recent video that I've done. This is the review of the Neewer S101 300 watt strobe. Link up here somewhere if you haven't seen it. And I scripted parts of it, but then certain parts of it I didn't. So this is where this is going to come in really well. However, if you do script your videos, there's an even better game-changing fix in this. But anyway, let's start as we mean to go on. And I've got my in and out points set for the whole of the sequence. And then we go to captioning. I've actually set up a workspace even for captioning, which has the text there. If you don't see the text window, you just go to window and select text right there. So I'm going to transcribe the sequence. Now you can create a new caption track that just adds a caption track that you could then bring in an SRT file, or you can import it straight with an SRT file. But I'm going to transcribe it because this is the speech to text feature within this new whole captions area. So hit transcribe to sequence, and then it gives me options. I know that there's actually audio, there's dialogue on more than one channel here. If we're looking here, this is the main dialogue here, and then this is the dialogue when I was actually shooting in the cave. So I actually want it on more. So I'm going to select audio clips tagged as dialogue. But before we do actually go through there, I'm going to select all those, hold down shift, select all those, and then I'm going to go to audio, make sure edit is selected, and hit dialogue. Don't need to do anything else. You've just said this is all dialogue. So I'm going to go back to my captioning workspace and transcribe sequence, audio clips tagged as dialogue, and it's language English, and hit transcribe. Now, if you only want to transcribe a certain little bit of it, that's where you'd say transcribe in to output only. I'm actually going to do that because I've tailed off the end, which is just my out graphics. So hit transcribe, sit back, because this does take a bit of time. So a number of things happened since then and now, seemingly at least 3 days. What happened was that there was no progress bar. There was nothing that was happening. I noticed that Adobe had released at least 5 or 6 updates for the likes of Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects, Encoder, and I would imagine that their servers were being overwhelmed by downloads from that. It seems to be running a hell of a lot better today. That may be because there's less downloads, so then less people using the servers, or that they've updated it. I know this is still in beta, so hopefully they'll have addressed this and it won't happen again. It looks to be running really well now, so that's cracking. If you haven't got this, by the way, I know this is kind of still in its second beta. If you haven't got it yet, you will get it very soon. So if the text box isn't there, or the creating auto transcriptions or anything like that isn't there, promise you it will be with you soon. So now that it's actually processed the audio, you're first given the whole text like this. Now this is not going to be correct all the way through, but this is the first stage in which you can go through and sort out your typos. Now, if like me, if you script your videos, obviously other than this one, then this is a really good bit to be able to jump in, copy and paste into there and change it up. If you don't script your videos, head to about here. If you do script your videos, this is where you can really help once we generate the caption. So let's jump in. In fact, let's get rid of me. And here you can see that if I play through, thank you. If you're looking up here, this actually plays and highlights the text as it's playing through. I'm actually going to mute the music just because it'll get a bit too annoying. So let me turn that up a bit. Thank you. Thank you. Please. Oh, you're too kind. I'm just like you. I'm just a normal person. All I want to say is it's the S101 300 watt from Neewer. Okay, so as you can see, that's not exactly right. So this wasn't scripted, so I haven't got this written in, so I can change that. That's the S101 300 watt from, and if I go ... 3 of them, is the 3 there? It's really small. That's 2, 3. And obviously, that's not how you spell Niwa. Although a lot of people call it Niwa. Who knows? Niwa. That's not how you spell it either. That's in there. And then I did say it's really bright before we went in for a bit of comedy effect. So if I jump back up to here and press spacebar, it actually takes the playhead to where that is. It's really, really handy. From Niwa. It's really bright. Okay, so that goes into the graphics. And if I zoom in here a little bit, up to the next bit, and... Okay, coffee down and a quick look into the box. Anna? Who's Anna? And quick. Now you see, the thing is, if you don't enunciate as well as you should, it's not gonna be great here. However, as I said, I script these videos. So as long as I've said the words exactly, okay, coffee down and a quick look into the box. So if I get that, double click into there, go in there and copy and paste into there. That should work perfectly. That's all updated. First off, this little white box. Do you know what? Rather than having to go through all of it, I go, let's get the rest out. So if I go and grab that bit of text and go in, as you can see, I'm just copying and pasting straight into there, and then we move through. So I'll speed this up, but this will give us such a better starting point once we get the captions in. Let me speed this up. I'd say it's pretty much a steal. And with that said, my name's Adam. This is Musing of a Man. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. So that's where we're at. We got to the end. So let's have a look at this. We've got all this text. We've got nothing here yet. But once we hit create captions, we're going to create a captions track up here. So let's hit that. And we want the format to be subtitle. And the style, I haven't got any style made, so we'll do that. And create from sequence transcript. So, okay. And that will do its thing. And there we have it. So now what it's done, if we look at this, looking at just the timeline, we've still got the audio down the bottom here. We've got the video here. And then as a subtitles track on top, this is the whole of the captions. Now there are bits that there aren't any captions made. As you can see, there's blanks here, but they could be where there isn't text. So now we go through, and as you can see here, this has now changed from the blocks of text to the little individual bits of text for all these different little clips. So if you haven't already seen this review, you'll see here that this was actually a little bit of a jokey intro. So let's play that through. Here are all the clips for all the captions. Let's see how it's done. Thank you. Thank you. Please. Oh, you're too kind. I'm just like you. I'm just a normal person. All I want to say is it's the S101 300 watt from Niwa. It's really bright. But here's the big thing about these captions. Of course, not only is it really going to help those who are hard of hearing, who are watching your videos and can actually follow along accurately rather than the auto-generated captions that are up on YouTube that can't really be edited easily. Also, when you upload this as an SRT file onto YouTube, which is primarily where I work, that works as metadata. So as well as your title and the tags and what you put in the description of your video, all this text, because it's up on a separate file, which is an SRT file, a subtitle file, that's all readable in the search on YouTube. So this should really, really help get your videos recognized and on search results by those who are searching for the stuff that's in your video. I hope that helps. I really think this is a game changer by Adobe. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please consider clicking the like button. It really, really does help out the channel. I now have to go and put captions into this video. Captions in a video about captions. Wow. It's like Inception. How many layers down should we go? Well, anyway, that's too much. With all that said, my name's Adam. This is Musing of a Man. Subscribe if you want, if you fancy it. I'll see you on the next one.